Welcome into ACC Network coverage of women's basketball as the Duke Blue Devils welcome in the Catamounts of Western Carolina. Duke coming off an impressive 30-point win over Longwood to get Carol Lawson her first win in her first season as the head coach. Pam Ward, along with former Wake Forest standout LaChina Robinson, and the Cara era did get underway very nicely on Wednesday. The win over Longwood, and all 5 starters scored in double figures.
What did we learn about the Cara era of Duke women's basketball in their season opener? There is balance on the offensive end, including a couple of underclassmen ready to step up and fill big shoes. Sophomore Jada Patrick had a career-high 21 points in her first career start. We saw poise and composure from the freshman point guard Vanessa running the show, and a trio of juniors with Mila Goodchild, Anime Akinbody-James with a double-double, and Jade Williams, the playmaker, who led the team in assists from the center position.
And we are underway with the ball in her hands. Vanessa DeJesus, who LaChina just mentioned, had 13 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. The true freshman point guard. To take a look at the starting 5, Duke only has 8 players in uniform. They've been dealing with some injuries. Michaela Boykin out for the second straight game today with a hurt knee. And here come the Catamounts. They lost their season opener to UNC Asheville. First shot is off the mark. Rebound chased down by Akinbody-James. And then Duke turns it over. Carol Lawson is not so thrilled with the Duke turnovers in game 1. As you take a look at the starting 5 for Western Carolina, Kayla Allison, number 3, is their player to watch.
What are we seeing early defensively from Duke? It's what we saw against Longwood, fighting over screens and their man-to-man, trying to keep the opponent out of the paint from high percentage looks. I thought they did a very nice job defensively, but of course Carol Lawson always wants to see improvements.
Yeah, she said there were definitely, from that opening day, things that she looked at that she would like to tweak throughout the season. Says she's only put in about half of her playbook. And DeJesus picking up right where she left off on Wednesday. Boy, she was so impressive with China. Seems so poised, especially for a true freshman.
Really made good reads, allowed the game to come to her, got her teammates involved. Good balance for her first college game, especially in the lights of Cameron Indoor.
Right, that's always a special place to play, and the basket buried by Timber Moats, the redshirt senior, who, along with Lauren LaPlante, decided to come back and use up their final year of eligibility for head coach Kylie Hill, now in his second year.
And Western Carolina is also in a man-to-man defense. Their challenge is this: the size for Duke on the inside. They are big, especially Jade Williams, who took that shot right there at 6'5". They just do not have the size on their front line, so they will have to try to keep Duke from scoring easy buckets on the interior.
Jada Patrick did a good job of keeping that possession alive for the Blue Devils. DeJesus, and a nice screen from Jade Williams, space, and she hits the 3 again.
She does not need a lot of space or opportunity to get that shot off. She can create her own shot off of the bounce. She can catch and shoot, but it is about making reads, something she talked to us about yesterday, Pam. That is what Carol Lawson is hitting home with her team on offense, making the right read.
Shot clock now going into single digits for the Catamounts. That's Allison with the ball in her hands, perhaps the most talented player on this team. 3 is off the mark. Good defensive sequence for Duke.
Different
Lawson has been the head coach since July. She is now 1-0. Our former colleague here at ESPN, as you take a look at her resume, played for the legendary Pat Summitt at the University of Tennessee. Always wanted to be a coach, and is just absolutely thrilled to be in charge at Duke. And the Dukies cannot miss now from the outside.
Mila Goodchild knocking down that shot from the outside. Did not shoot the ball well in her opener, but Carol was happy, did a lot of the little things. She will need to be a threat, especially because she has experience on this rather young and inexperienced roster.
Good Child, who is a junior from Australia, started 13 games last year. More of a three-point specialist, but has been trying to diversify her offensive game under Coach Lawson. Williams with the post up. Dribbled right into a double team and got fouled. Williams coming off a nifty game against Longwood. Led her team actually with 6 assists. That's one thing that Carol Lawson is impressed with, is how well Williams can pass out of the post.
Well, and I took a year of credit off of Jade Williams' bio. She is actually a senior this year, so her leadership will be extremely important. And I was just impressed with her playmaking ability against Longwood, and she sees the floor very well. She has active hands defensively, good at getting steals. You don't think of a center at 6'5" as your primary playmaker, but she's just skilled in those ways.
Duke out to a nice 10-2 lead. These two teams last played in 2015. So none of these players were on the respective teams. The drive and the basket by Lauren LaPlante nicely down the left side of the lane.
LaPlante is known for her three-point shooting. She shot it at 36% from the field last year. She's got 31 straight games with at least one three-pointer, but she'll get opportunities at the basket as Duke looks to run her off the three-point line.
Nice play by Akabati James to rid herself of the defender. Got it in the second time around.
And we're seeing some variety from Akabati James on the offensive end. A player who may not be a back-to-the-basket scorer, but she's finding ways to cut. She can really take the ball on a sweep and go off of the bounce. So we're seeing more dimensions of her offense this year.
Now, this is a player who averaged under 5 points a game last year. Had a double-double against Longwood. Nice save, but she got it right into DeJesus. Akabati James showing all parts of her game. She set a career high in free throw attempts, free throw makes, rebounds, and scoring in that win over Longwood.
Duke had to fight through some foul trouble in the first half, so Carol Lawson had to go to her bench fairly often. She had several players with 2 fouls, which they responded, but I thought Akabati James was one of the players that got back into the game and really made her presence felt coming off of that first half.
Really starting to do some good things in the third quarter. Duke off to a nice start again, up 10 as we take a timeout.
Career at Valdosta State, but coming from Southern Miss, and really as a coach who believes in motion offense and man-to-man defense, but it's been really about just getting a full roster of players. He's got a couple junior college transfers and have added some newcomers, so he's excited about really getting a full season with his team and how they've responded thus far.
The team had won only 9 games in the 2 seasons before his arrival. Three-pointer hit out at the top of the key by LaPlante. We just talked about her, LaChina, now 32 straight games in which she has hit a 3.
Yeah, and I like the composure that Western Carolina is playing with early in this game. They did not have that at Asheville. Made a little change to the starting lineup and is playing much more confident and poised early in this one.
Got a turnover but could not convert. Akabati James with yet another rebound. She's got 5 of them for Duke already. Coming off the double-double. Sara Anastasieska in, shot that 3 and missed. She wants to shoot another one.
Got enough space there, Pam.
Yes, she did.
I don't know why she didn't
pass it out. Here we go. Williams gets the rebound as you saw DeJesus, the freshman point guard, look over towards the bench to get a play call. Shot clock at 4. And another rebound. Boy, Duke chewing up the glass right now. That time, Jade Williams.
Yeah, I mean, and I would like to see Duke use that size on the interior in their half-court offense. Try to get Jade Williams a touch. I mean, they have to respond to 6'5" down low, and that will open things up. Another
drive and another one and done. Duke is Western Carolina 12-1, and then Williams scores on the leak out.
Beautiful running the floor by Jade Williams. Another fast break opportunity off of the turnover there by Duke.
So DeJesus in
150 times someone's making a mistake. Like, it's part of it. So just don't let that throw you off. Okay? You make a mistake, it happens. Okay? But just get back into the play as quickly as you can, and then try to make the next right play.
Really love that sound by Kara Lawson, and what I thought we saw in the Longwood game was exactly that. Her team was very calm and poised, even through mistakes. And I think when you have a young team, allowing them to accept mistakes before they happen just takes some pressure off of their shoulders. You know, I mean, it takes that pressure of being perfect. She said, listen, we're not going to be perfect. So it's all about how you respond to those mistakes, and that's by making the next right play.
Yeah, but not letting whatever mistake you made kind of get into your head and maybe mess up the next play. Carol Lawson coming in again, a late hire in July, and trying to get all of her recruiting in place for the class of 2021 coming in next year. Rod Creech, Kevin Dillard, Alexis Perez, as you see our officials, and they're going to head over and straighten something out.
And that soundbite you heard from Kara Lawson is exactly what she's been doing since she arrived at Duke, is laying the foundation of culture, of what to expect, of what a winning mentality, what championship behavior looks like, good decision making on and off the court, how to take care of your teammates, all of those important things that build culture and expectations on a new team.
And she talked about the accountability issue as well, things that she is trying to instill in this program as she is taken over. They were resetting the shot clock. That was the reason for our brief delay previously.
And Western Carolina is running a motion offense, and one of the concerns for Kara defensively was that they like to drive one-on-one. They will put their head down and just look to get to the rim, and there was some foul trouble for Duke the other night against Longwood, so she is hoping that they can play stout defense and just stay in front of the ball handler without fouling.
The last foul was on Mila Goodchild for Duke. She picks up her first. Shot clock now getting pretty skinny for Western Carolina. One more pass out. LaPlante can't get it to fall, and the ball goes over to Duke.
And that is another developing aspect of the Catamounts offense, is that they want to have more of a drive and kick game on offense.
Kylie Hill's team picked to finish 8th in the Southern Conference this year. They have not had a winning record since the 08-09 season, which was Kelly Harper's final year. She won a couple of Southern Conference championships and took them to the NCAA tournament. Anastasieska, nothing doing, but rebound taken down, right back. Good sharing of the ball. Anastasieska gets it inside, and ultimately Williams with the score.
Beautiful play off of the rebound, staying after it, and then sharing of the basketball. Something that Kara said she liked about this team is how unselfish they are. They're always looking for the extra pass, the open player, ball movement. Claude, who's an outstanding rebounder, goes up, and Anastasieska could have tried to force that layup, but Jade Williams was in a place where she had more balance and could finish that strong at the rim at 6'5".
And Lawson says it's innate with some of our players to find the open player, and they exhibited that beautifully as we go inside a minute now. Western Carolina just 7 points. And Jada Claude with the finish on the baseline.
We didn't get to see a lot of offense from Jada Patrick or Jada Claude last year, even what we're seeing from Akinbody James, and you can tell that Kara Lawson is having an impact on the offensive mindset of this Duke team. Almost got an easy one there at the rim, but Anastasieska can't finish it.
Claude had a career-high 7 points, also 10 rebounds in that game against Longwood, and And we talked about Jada Patrick, who really came on offensively after not being used much at all last year. Second chance. And then finally, Longwood got it to go after about 4 chances. That's the first bucket for Allison, but Duke with a comfortable lead.
Back to Duke, where the freshman Vanessa de Jesus is having a great start to the game. Already 10 points. It's about making reads for the first-year point guard, stepping behind the screen there, shooting the open shots when she gets them. She's very opportunistic around the bucket. Just has a knack for the basketball. And when we talked to her yesterday, she said there was a coaching change announcement after she had already committed to coming to Duke, but she felt very confident in their decision as far as who they might hire as the head coach. And she said when she found out it was Kara Lawson, she was like, yes, we are winning, and was excited to play for Kara. She grew up playing for the same AAU organization as Chelsea Gray, and said she always looked up to Chelsea and just admired her journey as a player. And this is a dream school for her.
Chelsea Gray was a standout at Duke, now in the WNBA. Pam Ward along with LaChina Robinson as Jenna Woke comes in and missed the layup for Duke. But in that first quarter, Duke shot a sizzling 53% compared to just 27% for the Catamounts of Western Carolina. Trying to run their record to 2-0 in this young season, playing all their non-conference games against schools that are within decibel distances of Durham.
Duke doing a nice job defensively of locking and trailing on shooters, fighting around ball screens. Really tough in their half-court D right now.
Nice Kosieska. How about that? Put it on the floor after passing up for 3.
And she likes the baseline. If you notice on the offensive end, she will run right to the baseline. She got a couple short jumpers there against Longwood, and that time gets the drive.
Kosieska is a grad transfer, played a couple of years at Cal after starting her career at Texas San Antonio. The Catamounts counter with a bucket.
Yeah, Kyla Allison, to me, is going to be a huge part of the Catamounts' success this year. She's a transfer from Middle Tennessee, has some size, but can handle. She's expected to play 1 through 3, and Anastasievska again, this time from the outside.
Anastasievska was born in Macedonia. Family moved to Australia. And Coach Lawson, depending on her experience, especially with so many young players and players who did not get a lot of playing time, even the returners on this squad who were missing a lot of talent. Haley Korecki, Leanna Odom, Lambert, all of them no longer with the program. They're transferring over to Texas as a grad transfer.
That's a backbreaker for the Duke defense. They had the shot clock running down and just a last-second basket. But good skip pass there by Patrick, seeing the floor well and then splitting the defense. Nice move by Anastasievska. And here, hand down, man down, three-pointer. She's on a 5-point run, number 11 in white.
Anastasievska lit up UConn last year with a career-high 25 points in which she hit 5 of her 10 threes. That is, shows some of her range, but we have seen her go off the bounce as well.
When you have that kind of experience, I believe Anastasievska may be 21, 22, 23, somewhere in there. But she's up in years, which means she's experienced. She's played for a couple different teams. She's seen a number of different scenarios, so she just brings that to this ball club, which is much needed after you look at what they lost last year.
Absolutely, it was a shooting foul, and that sends Jada Patrick to the free throw line. So Patrick coming off that career-high 21 points. Getting her first points of the game here in the second quarter.
I am reading that Anastasievska is 23, but you never want to tell a woman's age, so we'll just stick with that 21. Sounds good.
Yeah, 21-ish, yes.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, and played at Cal, great academic institution, and now going over to Duke, another one. 31-13 lead. Palindromic score for the Blue Devils. And whistle on the drive.
Another defensive possession for Duke that ran the shot clock all the way down, and just not enough discipline there to defend without fouling. And good drive by Western Carolina.
Now on Claude. Sends Lauren LaPlante to the line. Richard, senior from Asheboro, North Carolina. Preseason selection in the Southern Conference. Last year set a school record by hitting 83s on the season. And she did decide to come back and play her final year of eligibility.
She loves to run that baseline and will look to spot up from three in their offense, but she's a lot more versatile than I think she gives credit for, as we've seen some basket buckets and a couple of different things getting to the free throw line even here in this game. Good job by Western to stay in front of Patrick.
And you see the size advantage passing out though, and ball ultimately ending up with DeJesus.
Who says point guards don't get to the glass? Can't score around the bucket.
The rare offensive rebounds now for Western Carolina.
Horns action here for Western, and Moats. That little short jump shot is money.
Single Moats, another redshirt senior on this squad now with a half a dozen points, but Duke quickly counters with Patrick. His first field goal of the game. And again, that's last season 33 total points as a freshman. And she had 21 Wednesday against Longwood, 4 so far today.
It's an incredible debut. It's scary to think of the type of impactful player Patrick can be on both ends of the floor as this season rolls on. And, you know, Pam, when we talked to Jada, she said a lot of that is just the belief in her, like Kara Lawson, and how she's given her the confidence, and she's just going out and playing her game and really finding that stroke on offense in this system.
Second foul just called on Duke. Third team foul. And now here comes DeJesus with the ball in her hands. Duke team that trying to have Kara Lawson put her imprint on this program. And another whistle.
This is an offensive set that we may see often this year from Duke, and that's Jade Williams in the high post and them running offense off of her, because she does read the floor so well. They put her right there in the middle of the paint and allow her to make a decision and react to the defense.
Nice foul on Alyssa Walker for the Catamounts, her first. DeJesus gets the Williams screen and draws the foul. DeJesus heading to the free throw line, a true freshman from Valencia, California, was a finalist for California's Gatorade High School Player of the Year as a senior, and has really made a splash in her first couple of games. We remind you that you could get the latest news and information from the ACC each and every morning. All you have to do is check out Packer and Durham weekdays at 7 a.m. Eastern on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. We have guests from all over to keep you up to date.
Love me some Packer and Durham. Me and West Durham go back to our days when we both worked at Georgia Tech, and he taught me a lot about broadcasting. That was when I first was getting into the business, and he looked at me and said, "You sure?"
The Plant just nailed another one from downtown. We go inside 5 minutes in the first half. So do you think you made a good decision, China?
Let's wait till the end of the season and I'll tell you.
Wait till
you're running this working from home first.
Yeah, that's true. And working with somebody other than me.
Oh, stop it. You know I love you, Pee Weezy.
A very, very unusual season. Nobody in the building. No fans at Cameron. No media allowed either. We're calling the game remotely.
Yes, we appreciate everyone's patience as Anastasia gets to the rim. We're getting a feel and a handle on the work from home. We're just happy that we can have a college basketball season and glad to see the ball bouncing. But it is definitely a different time for us as well as broadcasters.
Outside shot, rims out, but the offensive rebound. Good hustle by Nadia Marshall. And Anastasia able to get the ball and go down and draw yet another foul. Timeout on the floor. Duke leading the Catamounts by 20. Here.
Yeah, I mean, she's got an outstanding staff and one that she is really excited about. Beth Cunningham coming over from Notre Dame. 5 Final Fours in her time there. 6 conference championships, knows what winning is about. Tia Jackson, over 25 years experience, was at Duke previously, understands what it takes to be successful at a high academic school, coming over from Miami and then Winston Gandy, as you mentioned, the experience with the Wizards was at Rice just before coming to Duke, which is another high academic school. So she is just said they have a lot of fun with her staff and well-rounded, and I thought Kara made a great decision on who she hired.
And as you said, has given them a lot of credit for in-game, getting in her ear, letting them know what they're seeing, and the teaching aspect as well. That is buried by Nadia Marshall.
Yeah, Nadia Marshall is a player that I think is going to be one of the top scorers for Western Carolina. She hasn't made her impact on this game, but she's got a mid-range shot that if she gets comfortable, she can knock that down consistently. Maybe a quick trigger there by Anastasia.
Coach Kylie Hill of Western Carolina very excited as well with Nadia Marshall's future. This is her first year at the school. Played last year at the Gulf Coast State College as a freshman.
That free throw jump shot for Moats. Duke has to be there on the catch because she is in a rhythm there from that spot. And that may be the shot that you're willing to give when you look at taking away the drive, taking away the three by LaPlante. It might be about Moats and forcing her to just make that consistently, which she has.
Jade Williams able to draw the foul. Yeah, Moats and LaPlante doing most of the damage on the offensive end for the Catamounts.
Well, because in most situations, Moats is the screener. Duke is forced to try to recover to her as a pick-and-pop shooter, and they haven't done that at the free throw line as they're helping on the drive. And that was the biggest concern coming in, was the drive of the Catamounts. But Moats is hitting it.
Moats off to a really good start. You see she's 4 of 6 today in game 1, the loss to UNC Asheville. She hit 4 of her 5 shots, excuse me.
I love that Coach Hill called her our heavy, meaning our strength. She's their toughness. I said, I've never heard it described that way before.
And he says every team needs a heavy. And she certainly does that, just like the player that goes out and does all the physical stuff and is a great leader. And he talked particularly about how impressed he is with the unselfishness of this team, as again, they're trying to build off what has been really many lean years for this program.
Duke will set up their half court once again. Mila Goodchild has 2 fouls. And that has meant extended minutes for the perimeter here for the Blue Devils.
Patrick, Audie James, good defense as she was bottled up. As we get a minute to go in the first half. by the Devils. Outside shot, wide left. Patrick gets the rebound. And now DeJesus walks it up after looking and getting a play call from Coach Lawson on the sideline. DeJesus, with another three-pointer.
She does not miss. If you give her space, she will make you pay. And that was just enough of a bump screen to get her open.
Boy, the freshman has not missed a shot in this game, including hitting all three of her three-pointers. Allison with the miss, but the Duke Blue Devils up 20 at the half so far this year. We already talked about Michaela Boykin out because she has a sore knee that's not allowing her to play. They found out earlier this year that Jada Adams would not play this season, and then Jennifer Aze a week ago tore the ACL in what had been her healthy knee, so she is out for the season. So really just 8 players now available for Duke. First three of the second half.
LaPlante gets a look early on the offensive end for Western Carolina.
Yeah, that's a good decision. LaPlante was hot in the first half, hit a couple of threes. And you see Duke shooting the ball well. They did that against Longwood in their first game, continuing that against Western Carolina. And Jada Patrick scores.
That three-point shot looks really smooth for Jada Patrick. Again, we did not see anywhere close to her full arsenal on the offensive end last year, but she is locked and ready to go as a sophomore.
21 points, a new career high by a lot against Longwood. Just 4 points in the first half, but hit her first 3 of this half. And a 3 ball from Goodchild.
Did get a lot of minutes in that first half for Goodchild because of some foul trouble, but good to see her come in to start the third quarter off right with that three-point look.
Goodchild got to 100 career threes faster than anybody in the history of Duke, and that's saying something. They've had a lot of really good players who could shoot from distance. Another 3, and that one goes in.
Little handoff, screen from the freshman to Hayden range.
Yeah, Goodchild has only missed once this afternoon from distance. Duke now on a 12-0 run, extending back to the first half. 9-0 this quarter on the 3 threes that we just showed you, as they lead the Catamounts 52-23. Who's had a nice game. Good defense, though, by Jade Williams to stop her in her tracks.
Yeah, that was a shot that Boats was getting in the first half. Jade Williams locked it up.
And would have been a shot clock violation, but they play on. Good defense by Duke that time down the floor. Now DeJesus pulls it out for the Blue Devils. This year for the Duke players.
And with that being said, we saw DeJesus, Patrick off on the shot there, but she was giving her teammates some instructions, and Carol Lawson told us she knows every play like the back of her hand. She knows their offense very well.
And that's one of the few good opportunities for Kyla. Allison had 4 points, only 2 of 10 from the floor in the first half, but got that one to go. Started her career at Middle Tennessee, where she dealt with some injuries. And that's the first shot that DeJesus has missed all day. But Duke gets another opportunity. Patrick, a little short. Jade Williams chased it down, but could not save it. Nice pass inside.
Really nice execution there by the Catamounts. Off of the rebound, get down the floor, draw the defender, and the kick for an easy one.
Nice pass by Alyssa Walker to find Mose, who is into double figures. Patrick gets over Goodchild, who went under the basket, tried the reverse layup, and will shoot free throws.
Really good activity from Goodchild here early in the third. But let's go back to that last play. You mentioned Walker just uses a good head fake, gets you the defense, and Moats always hanging around the basket gets an easy score. Heads up play there by Alyssa Walker.
Walker, a freshman from a sophomore from Maryville, Tennessee, made the all-freshman team last year in the Southern Conference. Coming up next, we have more basketball, an in-state rivalry game on the women's side. Georgia Tech, and cap the afternoon off with Notre Dame and Miami of Ohio in South Bend, right here on the ACC Network or the ESPN app, as Notre Dame trying to rebound from a loss to Ohio University. Bobcats got them in game one, but they were missing a lot of players though, right? The Irish were down a few.
They were down several players, including Sam Brunell, Caitlin Gilbert, Michaela Vaughn, for various reasons, but it's a game where Mabry had, 34 points? Every year there's a Mabry that's killing from the three-point line. They just keep coming.
Mabry, who is the transfer from Virginia Tech. Her sisters Michaela and Marina preceding her in South Bend. Niele Ivy's first season in charge. Anastasieska wastes no time.
And good execution by Duke off of the drive and kick. Once again, finding the open man, a common theme on their offensive end.
Anastasieska joining Goodchild and DeJesus in double figures for Duke.
Jay Williams did a nice job of stepping up in that secondary defense.
Sure did. Lauren LaPlante thought she had a nice look at the basket until she didn't. Shot clock is dying on Allison, but is able to coolly drive.
Good body control. 6-foot Kyla Allison. Versatile in her skill set, can handle, has a little bit of size, and good defense by
Williams able to take it away for Duke. And a whistle that steps on Anastasieska. Traveled lots in this quarter, all of them from three-point range, and all 4 of those made baskets were assisted. So her offense continuing to click after they put up 94 points on opening day against Longwood, which was the most points scored by any ACC women's team in their first game this season.
Duke is plus 13 on the glass. Kara Lawson's got to like that. Also, she wanted them to cut back on their turnovers, and they've done that with only 6 in the contest so far.
And an outside shot buried for Cruz. So Amelia Cruz, a freshman from Orlando, gets on the score sheet. Her first collegiate points.
Got to start today, too. I like her poise. I thought against Asheville when she entered the game, she kept the ball moving. There's still a lot of the little fundamental things. You saw her with a good box out there.
And she was rewarded for that great work on opening day against Asheville with the start today. Now she goes inside, but rimmed out. Duke gets the basketball. Coach Kylie Hill talking about Cruz's great basketball IQ, how steady and versatile she is, especially again for a true freshman. Coach Hill trying to incorporate a lot of new pieces. This is just his second year in charge of the Catamounts. Patrick left all alone out there, but couldn't get it to fall.
A good execution by Duke. They ran the play. Runner baseline for the open look by Patrick, just couldn't get it to go.
Anastasieska with a great wall of defense for Duke on that play, and now they're going to call a foul on the Catamounts. Yes, indeed, they're going to get Allison. Anastasieska, a couple of years at Cal, did miss quite a bit of time with a hurt back. But able to finish her collegiate career at Duke, and hits a 3.
And the
Anastasievska with another stop on defense. Patrick slashes in, got it knocked away. Jade Williams able to keep the play alive. Patrick misses from the paint, which is unusual. A little bit sloppy there. I don't think Coach Lawson's going to be too happy with that sequence of events.
Going back to that Williams last play on the rebound here. Who else? Jade Williams just knows how to find the open player, gets a rebound, kicks it out. Just heads up. I can't say enough about Jade, and she's on the Lisa Leslie watch list for the best centers in the country, but she does it differently from other seniors. She's not a 6'5" that just pounds it down low. She's basketball savvy, has a great understanding of the game.
She's got 11 rebounds, and we're still in the third quarter. Williams taking a break. Woke, number 13 in white, coming in to give Williams a break. Good look from the outside, but the three is off the mark. And then a foul. Moats, as usual, in good position to get the rebound. Has a chance to shoot free throws.
Just a workhorse down low as Moats has done whatever the team has needed from her today. Redshirt senior, shot 57% from the field last year. Got to some foul trouble against UNC Asheville, but I'm impressed with her play today.
Exactly what Coach Hill was hoping he could get from Moats. Yeah, she did foul out in only 17 minutes in the opening day loss to Asheville, doing a much better job today, staying on the floor and contributing nicely. Gets both of them. Good child now. The primary ball handler, Woke, got tied up after she initially came away with a rebound.
And I've seen Anime Akinbody James shoot a couple of outside shots, new to her offense, didn't hit them, but it's rare to see her even line one up from out there. If she can start to add that dimension to her game, keeping in mind she didn't start playing basketball to the year before high school, so still has a tremendous upside in what she could do skill-wise.
Akinbody James coming off that double against Longwood, including 16 rebounds. Good job with the miss. Woke gets fouled on the rebound, but Akinbody James today, just 2 points, but does the work on the glass. She's got 9 boards. Woke, as you take a look at Akinbody James and Uchenna Woke both have done some great charity work. Actually, that was with Jennifer Eze, who was hurt, along with Akinbody James doing charity work, raising money for a fund in Nigeria to help as they have struggled mightily with COVID. This is Woke at the line. As we approach a minute to go in the third quarter. Nice pass. We've seen some nice flashes. LaPlante's played really well. Give her the assist that time. She and Moats again have really been doing most of the offensive damage. They've combined for 25 of Western Carolina's 38 points.
Oh, and they're continuing to play hard. A team that's just trying to figure some things out with new pieces, learning each other on the road in a very tough place to play in Cameron Indoor. And Coach Hill mentioned how this team, like many across college women's basketball, were on Zoom back in April and May and talking about how they could be a better team and having tough conversations, so many things that have helped their growth coming into this year. And there is Allison with a nice smooth pull-up. Like her game.
Yeah, Allison really coming alive after a slow start in this game. She is now one of 3 Catamounts in double figures, along with the aforementioned Moats and LaPlante. Duke going to try to take as much of the shot clock away. And another travel. That's a couple of times they've gotten Anastasievska taking steps before she makes a move. Western Carolina can get the last shot of the quarter. know, it was a nice Western Carolina 11-3 run to close out the last 5 minutes. Duke up 20 as we head to the fourth.
And it's going to be a really competitive season in the ACC, especially at the top and in that middle as well. I caught a few minutes of Virginia Tech, and boy, they are much improved. I don't think that us poll voters really understood how different the roster was for Kenny Brooks, but he's got a talented squad that I think is a little underestimated. We've yet to see Florida State in a debut. They've had both of their early games canceled. Body James gets the finish with the foul at the rim, but it's going to be a fun year in the ACC.
That, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the first two-point shot that Duke has hit since the second quarter. They hit threes in the third, but none from two.
Good read by who else? Jade Williams, double teams. She finds the extra player. Once again, smart decisions on the offensive end.
Absolutely, she passes so well for a post player, and then battles for the rebound. Saves it in to Goodchild.
Wait, what does that mean, Pam? Pass well for a post player. Come on now.
I've seen some post players. Let me see if I can think of one who used to play at Wake Forest who probably
wasn't a good passer.
So good. No, you were awesome.
Black hole. Black hole.
Didn't come out much, did it? Duke making a concerted effort, it seems, to pound the ball inside. Akinbodi James heading to the free throw line. She was fouled by Walker, who has 4 personals for the Catamounts. And takes a seat.
You'd expect that interior shots would start to loosen up the way that Duke has been hitting the three. I mean, there's been a lot of sagging by Western Carolina because of the size of Duke, and that's why they've been able to get looks from long range. But as they come out to guard, paint points will be available.
And Western Carolina with a good third quarter. They tied Duke in points at 17 each in the third to nip into what had been a substantial lead. Jade Williams has tied her career high with 13 rebounds in this game. But now credited with 14, so that should be a new career high for Jade Williams as Duke buries another shot. Anastasieska. Anastasieska with 16 now on the afternoon. Williams with another nice defensive play. Duke on the run. Goodchild puts her head down and count it.
That is the kind of bucket that Carol Lawson wants to see from Goodchild. Not just a three-point shooter, but taking it to the rim with some improved strength. But go back to this pass. I keep talking about Jade Williams and that look. I mean, she puts the right amount of air on that to the back cutter. That's Anastasieska on that side. And yeah, she's got a career high in rebounds, but 7 assists is a lot for your center position at 6'5", and I just love how she keeps the offense moving.
Yeah, in fact, she led them in assists in their first game against Longwood with 6, and she's got 7 today. So Williams doing the rebounding and also the lead assist maker on this team. Goodchild completes the three-point play. Left side of the lane to hit the bucket for the Catamounts. DeJesus into Williams. Good double team, but Jade showed patience to get the shot off. Couldn't get it to go, however. Patrick chases it down for the Blue Devils and then finds Akinbodi James underneath.
What a pass. Great find by Patrick.
Now, this is a fun team to watch, this Duke Blue Devil team. Very unselfish. And the foul call. Yep, they're going to get Allison for putting her shoulder down.
Patrick on the hustle here, but keeps her head up. And how she sees Akinbodi James on the backside, I have no idea. Finds her, and good hands by 24 and White to corral that as well and get the finish.
Yeah, just to be ready for that pass, because it seemed like there were a lot of players in dark jerseys in between the two of them. So now Allison and Walker each with 4 fouls for the Catamounts. Around the horn, Patrick, in and out. Duke making 10 threes today. That is 3 off their all-time high for any game, which they've done a couple of times, hitting 13 in a game.
I like that DeJesus will get in and mix it up on the glass. Good child wanted that one too bad. She saw that wide open three-point line. She wanted that one bad.
Lima now 3 of 7 from distance. 3 Blue Devils in double-figure scoring today. They had all 5 starters in double-figure scoring against Longwood the other day. And now Jade Williams, who is a point guard in the center's body, goes to the free throw line. Look at the 7 assists. Another nice line for her this afternoon. I want to remind you that you can get the latest news and information from the ACC every day on the weekdays from 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern with Packer and Durham on the ACC Network and the ESPN app as well. All the latest on what's going on no matter what the sport in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
That is very true for Packer and Durham. They cover it all, every sport in the ACC. They've got coaches, they've got players, they've got guests, and Nadia Marshall's got a jump shot and nails it there.
Marshall with an opportunity, thanks to the DeJesus foul, to get a 3-point play.
I'm not sure about the contact there, but Marshall looked good on that jump shot. Again, she's got the mid-range. It's a good shot for her. And when she gets it cooking, hasn't really been as active in the offense as I thought she would be after her performance against UNC Asheville.
Able to go in and rebound her own miss. Marshall did not play last year because of an injury after 1 year in the junior college ranks. Body James comes up with another rebound for Duke.
Another double assist.
Pardon me. Duke out-rebounding Western Carolina by 19 after that, and then the putback.
21 offensive rebounds for the Blue Devils. They are working hard on that end of the floor, and that's while shooting. Their shooting has gone down a little bit from the field, 43%. It was over 50 for most of this game.
And they shot 53% in the first half to the Duke Blue Devils. They have led the entire way. In fact, again, they have not trailed in either game this season. Anastasieska, nothing but that.
And that's just too easy. Getting the ball from strong side to weak side, defense late to recover, wide open.
The 11th 3 for Duke this afternoon. Whistle and a timeout taken by Kylie Hill and Western Carolina. We will take one as well.
Duke with the lead on Western Carolina, and Duke also with 21 offensive rebounds today. Just team rebounding, everyone to the glass, including your point guard, Vanessa DeJesus. Jade Williams, when she gets aboard, she is looking for the open shooter. An assist there to Anastasieska. And of course, Akinbadi James coming off of a double-double in her opener on the season, getting to the glass, and that's 22 second chance points for the Blue Devils.
Head coach Carol Lawson said they wanted to to take advantage of their size advantage and physicality advantage, and they have done that on the glass. But here's a chance for Michaela Davis to get a three-point play, a true freshman from Riverview, Florida.
Yeah, KK Davis only played about 3 minutes, but you could see her athleticism against Asheville, and here she just turns the corner. Really nice take, gets to the rim and to the free throw line. She actually broke a high school record in the triple jump, so when I say athlete, yeah, she can do a little of everything, and here she is on the ball.
Never out there defending Goodchild. And another offensive rebound. Patrick could not take advantage.
Yeah, I mean, Western Carolina put Kyla Allison on Jada Patrick. She's got a couple of inches and a lot of length, and she's been able to cover up Patrick on some of those drives. But good defense there at the rim by Uchenna Woke.
And Duke gives it right back. You mentioned Jada Patrick, who was so spectacular against Longwood with 21 points. She's struggled today from the floor. She's missed 10 of her 12 shots, including 5 of 6 from 3. So Duke obviously has other players who have picked up the slack.
And as I mentioned, Allison's been able to cover her up with some of the size. Just hasn't, and gotten some good looks as well for Patrick. Just hasn't gotten it to go down. She wasn't missing against Longwood.
A little bit of space, but the shot doesn't go down. Rebound chased down by Allison, who was out there playing with 4 fouls.
Plant calling for a screen. She'll get fouled.
Claude called for her second foul. Minutes to go now in this game.
Good contest by Uchenna Woke. Rotated over late, but got that hand up just in time. And you know, when Sara Anastasievska gets the ball, she is looking to be aggressive. That is her mentality at all times. Sweep and go. Got to the rim and to the free throw line.
19 points for her. She also has 3 steals and a couple of blocks this afternoon. All of it coming off the bench for head coach Carol Lawson. Last foul was on Davis for the Catamounts. Duke has not shot the ball well from the free throw line today, however. Under 60%, so that's one thing that Coach Lawson will look at when we talk to her before the game. She was just talking about how they're trying to put in their system and their principles, building the foundation, concentrating more on what they have to do early on in the season.
Yeah, she said she hadn't even put in half of her playbook and is still just kind of working her way through this season. Told her she was nervous for her first game. I was shocked. You called it.
Yeah. I don't think she would be nervous, but she said, as the shot is hit there, that she was nervous when she played. And her great career boy Moats has had a nifty game for the Catamounts, but she said she was nervous and was actually happy that the game against Longwood on Wednesday tipped off at noon because she wanted to hang around all day and think about things. Anastasievska.
Yeah, I mean, she always has a poker face. You know, Kara can be very stoic, and so thinking about her as being nervous, I was like, no way, she's cool, she's prepared. But what she said makes sense. When you care, of course you're going to be nervous. I mean, I remember that from my days of playing as well. I still get nervous to call games. So, yeah, I do believe that. If you care, you put a lot into it, and it's a little different because Kara doesn't have the basketball in her hand, so she's more nervous for her team than for herself.
Exactly, the things that you can't control. Moats hit another shot on the other end. points and 11 rebounds, a double-double. And then another outside shot. Duke is lighting it up from 3. That was Claude. So Duke now with 13 threes. That has tied a single-game program record. And a minute to go. Let's see if they can break the record, but first a good look inside by Allison.
When you think about Duke and their three-pointers, like last season, for example, with so much Haley Gorecki, and it was, Goodchild, who actually struggled from 3 last year, but boy, they were making it rain from outside.
Stasiesco, the addition, helping from the outside. Remind you that Georgia and Georgia Tech coming up next here on the ACC Network. A couple of teams that won their openers in women's basketball. Allison again.
She's been able to get into the paint. That's another thing Kara Lawson will address with her team, is she's been driving and able to get into the lane, especially in the second half of this game, pretty much at will.
Jade Williams, before this game ends, want to give her a lot of credit. Jade Williams setting a new career high in both rebounds and assists